Hey everybody, this is Connie at Here Virginia. Lori and Gail and Tom all send their regards. We would like to offer you a little bit of an instructional video. It gives you the opportunity to kind of see rather than just hear what to do when it comes to taking care of your hearing aids. This little clip is about cleaning your hearing aid, right? Just keeping it clean. I'm not going to be going over the wax guard changing in this particular video because I did a separate one for that. So this is just kind of general kind of cleaning information. Everybody knows that you need to always try to keep your hearing aid dry and not to get it wet, avoid moisture and things like that. But as far as a regular cleaning and things go, we recommend a few different things. And I don't have all of the things I normally would have since I'm taping from home, but essentially you all have a little cloth that was kind of a lint-free cloth that would have been given to you at the time of your fitting, but you can use anything. You can truly use a napkin or something like that. First thing I would do is just simply take your hearing aids and wipe them off. This is an in-the-ear style hearing aid. Literally just get a hold of it, take it, wipe the tip off really good. A lot of debris can kind of just build up on these instruments like this. So literally you're just going to kind of wipe them off and get off anything that you can see. In the RIC hearing aids, you have the little dome on the end. You can use your cloth to kind of wipe it off as well. Be careful not to pull it off the end of the receiver when you're doing so. But that can be kind of an initial wipe off. Now, the brush is your main tool, and this is one of the brushes that we dispense, but usually if you worked with me, I would have given you something that looks kind of like a little eyebrow brush. The brush is your most valuable tool. You can't hurt anything with it, and it allows you to get in all of the cracks and the crevices and keep things clean. It's usually recommended that you dry it in the morning after it's had time to kind of dry off. Things brush off a little easier when they're dry. So for the dome, you're literally going to just brush everywhere that you can brush, right? All along the edges. Some of the domes, this one in particular, has a little loop on the top. You can use a little bit of the Brussels to go through that loop, or you may have a little tool that has a little extension on the end of it, and you can use it to kind of thread the little hole that helps to kind of keep that clean. It's a little precursor to the wax guard itself. But other than that, just use your brush, brush all around. Now in the receiver hearing aids, a lot of times they get kind of yucky right in this area here. So you want to use your brush to clean in and around this area as well. And anywhere on the hearing aid itself that you see a crack or a crevice on the inside, it's good to clean that. Inside the battery doors, once you've removed your battery, you can clean all in here and through here. Now, as you move up the back of the instruments, you're going to have maybe a little button. It's good to get in the crevices of all of that. But also, remember, your microphones are located up in here. A lot of the instruments that you see are going to have a little crevice right up here at the top, and that's an exposure to a microphone. So right around here, you want to brush really well. Again, any little crevice, you can't hurt a thing with the brush. When it comes to the all-in-the-ear hearing aids, it's the same thing. You've got the little holes on the end where the wax guard is. You can use that to brush everything and just kind of keep it regularly clean. But remember, on the face plate or the part on the outside of the hearing aid, you also have microphones located. So you want to brush, and they're going to be a little different. All of these instruments, depending on your manufacturer and your style, are going to be a little different as to where the microphones are located. But you really want to get in and around all of these little crevices and around the microphones and in the battery doors to keep them nice and clean. This is a completely in the canal hearing aid. This particular instrument actually has a little microphone port that are located after you open the battery door. You can kind of get to them. Little holes in the battery door itself. Again, they're all different. So as long as you just brush everywhere you can see, any little crevice, you ought to be doing okay with that. If you wanted to, you could remove the dome and wash it in some warm soapy water, but you do have to make sure that that dome is nice and dry before you put it back on, and that when you put it back on, you put it back on securely. We reviewed that in the wax guard changing portion of the hearing aid instructional video. Everybody's domes are a little bit different, as I said, so if this looks a little unusual, one of these might look a little bit more common to you, but these are called your domes, and they can be cleaned separately if you like. And that is pretty much it when it comes to cleaning your hearing aids. You just want to keep them dry, you want to keep them brushed off, and you want to keep everything functioning well that way. So if you have any other additional problems or concerns about anything, please feel free to call the office. If you don't get someone, leave a message. We'll definitely give you a call back. And if you're having any kind of problems, do the same thing. Otherwise, good riddance, everybody. Happy trails, and we'll see you all shortly.